Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Wednesday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. And we are back after a 1-2 day. Look, here's where we are, okay? Both college basketball bets went down. Both favorites came in flying, easily covering. I'm going to pause college basketball, okay? So I am clearly, and this is, look, we're going to make in the neighborhood of like 60 to 70 bets this college basketball season. So we're off to a rough start. I think it's a 1-6 start in college basketball. I think that's right. So clearly the numbers are all over the place. It's been a very topsy-turvy start to the season. KenPom has had 4 different number one teams in his rankings to start the year. Gonzaga looked like a top 5 team last night. They looked incredible. Louisville's guards are great. Kentucky's going to be good too, but I mean, how many missed free throws does Louisville want to make? I mean, we were right there to cover. If Kentucky could just hit a couple of threes there, we would have covered. So I'm going to pause with what we're talking about. So the bummer part of what's happened over the last month and a half is that we've eaten pretty good we were up, the high point for the season, for the year, for 25, was 43 units, I believe. We were up 43 units for 25. We have cut deeply into that. We're down to 24 units being up. And so here's my worry. I have to finish up higher for the year. I have to finish up more than 20 units because last year we lost 20 units. So in order to make up for what happened in 24, to lose 20, then I got to win more than 20, and then the podcast is profitable over the last 24 months, which is something I have really wanted to do because I'd be very proud of myself because betting every day and being profitable over 2 years straight is not easy to do. I know you guys love to parachute in and cherry pick and talk trash and do your thing, but I don't see you guys doing what I am doing, okay? So this is not easy. It is as much a mental game as it is a actual like work game for me. But we have time. We can still finish way up on the year, but just that's kind of give you a barometer of where we're at here for 2025. We're up 24 units. We have been ice cold. We have definitely cut dramatically into what we did earlier in the year, which is not that surprising. To be frank, most people in October and November, these are the really difficult months to win. So, especially when you're betting every day and you're betting multiple sports and you can't just focus on one sport. The books have multiple guys on one sport and we're trying to beat them here, bouncing around. It's tough. But when I am cold, what do? Well, I bet unders. So here we go with 4 bets, 4 unders to give you guys coming up here for today. Let's see if we can have a bounce back Wednesday before we go back to betting NFL football coming up. And NFL football has been pretty good. I mean, I actually haven't checked our record here for the NFL. We've actually gotten off to a pretty good start, or have had a pretty good half of the year for us so far with the NFL. So we are 60-46, up 8.19 units. And the NFL props are 24-17, up 3.5 units. But we made a change with the NFL props. We haven't been tracking the NFL props for the Daily Juice because those are given out on the live stream. So unless I give them out on here, we don't count them for the juice. I've done pretty well on the live stream, but because not everybody watches the same amount of content, we decided just to like all the plays given out on this podcast. That's what we're tracking. And anything else that we talk about on the Tuesday show with Pat Fitzmaurice and myself, or the show that we do on Sunday mornings for the live stream, or the Discord channel chat that we do on Saturday mornings, those aren't going to count for a Daily Juice record. Just the bets on the Daily Juice podcast. That's what we're going to count for the Daily Juice record. So I haven't had NFL props out for a bit. But if you guys like betting props, you need to check out the prop bet cheat sheet. Have you done so? The NBA, well, I think I've shown to you guys by this point, okay, it's crushing. I got 2 more for you coming up here today. The NBA prop bet cheat sheet has been tremendous. So for me, if you want to talk about what I have done for the NBA prop bet cheat sheet in 2025, since we're talking about numbers as much and what we've done, my personal plays are now 69-36 with the prop bet cheat sheet. In 2025, I am up 15 0.75, so 16 units basically. 16 units. I'm hitting at a 66% clip for the prop bet cheat sheet with NBA player props. It's pretty, it's my best sport. It's my best, it's by far in terms of percentages, being 66% is absolutely wild from a betting perspective. And that's what I'm doing using the prop bet cheat sheet. You guys should do so as well. You can see top player prop picks based on projections and sportsbook lines. It's updated with daily recommendations for points, rebounds, assists, and more. Last season, the 4 and 5 star plays for unders were up almost 700 units. Visit bettingpros.com/NBA props. That's bettingpros.com/NBA props, or download the Betting Pros app to start cashing in today. So speaking of unders with prop bets from the prop bet cheat sheet, let's start with a 5-star play involving Grayson Allen of the Phoenix Suns. They're playing at the Dallas Mavericks coming up here for tonight. This is something I like that the prop bet cheat sheet is doing. Grayson Allen against the New Orleans Pelicans in his last game had a historic game. Points and rebounds, 44. He had 44 points and rebounds last time out. That was by far his best game in forever. He was unbelievable for the Suns in his last game out. So the prop bet cheat sheet now is turning around and fading Grayson Allen. This bet has a 75% cover probability. This is an expected value of plus 38. And this is a play after Grayson Allen scored 42 points on 10 of 15 3-point shooting and 8 of 10 from the foul line. 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals in a 121-98 win over the Pelicans. Career game, he set the record in the Suns franchise history for 3-point shots made in a single game. The 42 was also a career high for Allen, as he will start for Jalen Green tonight, who is sidelined. Prop bet cheat sheet is looking at the number of 20.5 and saying, okay, that's not going to happen again. Why? Because Grayson Allen, if you go back to the 29th of October, points and rebounds, 17, 21, 20, 20, 21, and 14 before he wound up with 44 in his last game. That's the anomaly. We're going to go under 20.5 for Grayson Allen points and rebounds here for tonight. Grayson Allen under 20.5 points and rebounds for 1.18 units. Second bet, again off the prop bet cheat sheet, again a 5-star play, just like the Grayson Allen play. This is a 77% cover probability, plus 40% expected value. That is the top expected value for EV, and a 5-star play. Duncan Robinson, points and rebounds, under 17.5 points and rebounds for Duncan Robinson. So Duncan Robinson, if you go back to games since the 3rd of November, has had 15, 11, 8, 18, and 16. He's gone over 17.5 points and rebounds just once. This number is set at 17.5 for Duncan Robinson, and he went over against Philadelphia, a team that's not playing great defense at the moment. They're winning games, Philly is, but they're not playing outstanding defense. 4 of the last 5 games for Duncan Robinson, this has gone under 17.5 points and rebounds. On the season, it's 6-5, this bet, but for a 77% cover probability and a 5-star play here with Duncan Robinson of the Pistons at home against the Bulls, we're going to jump on it here. Prop bet cheat sheet likes it. 5-star play. Duncan Robinson under 17.5 points and rebounds at minus 122. Grayson Allen under points and rebounds at 20.5. Duncan Robinson under 17.5 points and rebounds. Now to the college football play of the day, to the MAC, to my school. I am a proud UMass graduate. Football is a joke. This game's at home. UMass is part of the MAC, and they get a home game on a Wednesday. Who is going to this? No one's going to be at this game. Who's going to a football game in November in Amherst, Massachusetts at the worst stadium in college football? William McGurk Stadium. I bet it's the same since I was there in the late 90s. I'm guessing the press box is probably the same press box that I was calling games in 1998 when the UMass Minutemen won the 1AA FCS, whatever you want to call it, national championship. Yes, that happened. UMass won the national championship 1 year. How? Mark Whipple. If you're a football geek, you know who Mark Whipple is. But Mark Whipple, head coach. Awesome offense. Marcel Shipp, remember him? He was the running back for UMass. He went pro. He had a cup of coffee in the NFL for a while. UMass has nobody like that right now. UMass stinks, and I mean they stink. But Northern Illinois is not much better. How about these offenses? Northern Illinois is averaging 11.4 points per game. That's 135th in college football, in FBS college football. UMass is worse. They're averaging 9.5 points per game. That's 136th in college basketball. Defensively, Northern Illinois is giving up 25 points per game. UMass is giving up 38 points per game. I mean, this is an unbelievably bad football game on so many levels. There are so many bad things that can happen here in this game, but you look at the point spread and you could say, well, UMass is 6-3 to the over. Northern Illinois is 6-3 to the under. UMass, though, offensively, here's what they have scored so far this year. 10, 13, 21, 6, 3, 6, 7, 26, and 10. At home this year, they've scored 10. Somehow they scored 26 against Bryant, which is not a football school. Western Michigan, they scored 3. Buffalo, they scored 21 somehow. And every other game on the road has been brutal. For Northern, they just scored 3 points against Toledo, 21 points against Ball State, 21 points against Ohio, 10 points against Eastern Michigan, 14 points against Miami of Ohio, 3 points against San Diego State, 10 points against Mississippi State, 9 points against Maryland, and 19 points against Holy Cross. Their defenses aren't good, but these offenses are absolutely abysmal. The number is 43.5. It's a Wednesday. It's going to be a depressed environment. As long as we're not getting a lot of turnovers with pick sixes and fumble recoveries for touchdowns, as long as that's what happens, this game is going under. Not a lot of offense, not a lot of fun. We're playing the under for UMass and NIU, under 43.5 at -110 in the MAC for Maction. Now, I have one more bet for you. It is time for the Hard Rock Bet of the Day. The Hard Rock Bet of the Day is 2-0. I've hit the first 2 of these. Okay? Let's see if I can hit another one for us. Another bet that we can jump in on. This game is a hockey game. So, the New Jersey Devils tonight are on the road against the Blackhawks. Chicago is 3-2-1 at home. The Devils are 4-4-0 on the road. But I don't want to look to the full game. I want to look to the first period. Specifically the first period under. The Devils have gone over just 6 times in their 15 games. That's 40%. The Blackhawks have gone over 7 times in the first period, over 1.5 goals. Just 43% of the time. These two teams are facing off here tonight, and you look at the offenses and the way these teams have played, we're talking about 5-1, 4-0, 5-2 the last 3 games for the Blackhawks, all wins. The Devils are 2-1 in their last 3 games, 3-2 overtime loss, 2-1 shutout, and a 4-3 overtime win. Shootout, 2-1 shootout win, and a 4-3 overtime win. These teams both have seen a first period over in their last game. But going into that, both these teams were on a pretty good clip for first period unders. It sounds like, according to speculation, it's going to be the backup goaltenders, which is not horrible. Markstrom's not been bad, 2-1 for a first period under. Same record for The Devils here in the month of November, 2-1 to a first period under. Soderblom's been very good. He's 4-1 over the last 5 games to a first period under. Soderblom's been good. He has a 2.63 goals against average. He's a 2-2-1 record. If it is Knight, it's even better, okay? And if it's Allen, it's even better. So I don't hate that it's the backups to just give up 1 goal. It's probably going to be Markstrom gives up the 1 goal. But Markstrom's not horrible in the first period, and Soderblom's been pretty good. If it is the ones and it's Allen against Knight, I like the bet even more here. For a first period under, this game's on TNT. It's the late game on TNT, but you get a nationally televised game here, so some extra juice early. These guys knowing who's going to be paying attention, national audience watching this. We're going to go under. First period to the under for the Hard Rock bet of the day. New Jersey and Chicago, first period under 1.5 goals is an even money play for 1 unit. You guys know at this point that our friends at Hard Rock, they are the title sponsor of the Daily Juice podcast. There is so much going on right now, so many good things to take a crack at. Pro football, NBA, college football, college hoops, and hockey like we know. If you haven't used the first bet option, $5 bet. If it hits, you get the winnings and $150 in bonus bets. Great time to do so. The Hard Rock Bet Stats Hub is also awesome for trend, streaks, and stat to help you guide your picks. Hard Rock Sportsbook is the only legal sportsbook in Florida. It's also live in Arizona, Ohio, New Jersey, Indiana, Tennessee, Virginia, Illinois, and Colorado. New states coming online all the time. Plus, Hard Rock Bet offers new promos every single day. Download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. Okay, our plays today, 4 of them, 4 unders. Let's see what we can do here on a Wednesday. Grayson Allen, under 20.5 points and rebounds. Duncan Robinson, under 17.5 points and rebounds. UMass, NIU, college football. Maction, under 43.5. And the Devils and the Blackhawks, first period under 1.5 goals. That at even money for 1 unit. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all my socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning, wherever you guys get your podcasts. It is the Daily Juice.